Start.
Greetings from Sri Ishwar College of Engineering. Myself, Mr. S. Vignesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering. Right. So today we have to see some of the experiments in Thermal Engineering Laboratory for 6th semester. Right. So one of the experiment is pin-fin apparatus. So in these experiments we have to calculate the what is the heat transfer coefficient and the fin effectiveness for the natural and forced convection. So before we have to determine the value, first of all we have to know what is mean by natural convection, then forced convection, what is mean by fin effectiveness, then what is mean by heat transfer coefficient, right? So heat transfer coefficient is a property of the selected fluid. So here we are using any type of fluid, like take it as a air, right? So if we take it as a air having certain heat transfer coefficient value, then fin effectiveness is ratio between heat transfer with fin and without fin. So we have to calculate the heat transfer value for with fin condition, then heat transfer value for without fin condition, right? So these can be discussed in later. So next one more thing is natural convection and forced convection. So you have already studied in that concept in thermal engineering too. So once again I explain it. So natural convection is nothing but the heat transfer between the two fluids without any external aid. That means we are not using any type of fan or blower or any external device. So that type of condition we named as a natural convection. Then forced convection is nothing but the heat transfer take places with help of some external aid. If you take it as a fan or compressor or blower, so that type of application we named as a forced convection. So in these experiments we have to calculate the heat transfer coefficient and the fin effectiveness for both natural convection and forced convection. So let me see the components and the procedure how to done the for the entire experiments, right? Let me see the general arrangement of pin-fin apparatus. So first I am going to switch on the power, right? So if we switch on the power, so the power is given to the system. So that is, we in this display we noted the voltage, then in this display we noted the corresponding ammeter value. So this is temperature sensor. So we have to note down the temperature of the pin-fin at various location, right? So at the bottom one figure is mentioned. So here this is a general arrangement of heater and a pin-fin. So here at the one end heater is attached, so that heater temperature is mentioned as capital T1. So at the end the heater is connected with the pin-fin. So this solid length, that is rectangle shape, indicate the pin-fin. So at certain distance we have to note the temperature of the fin, that is mentioned as T2, T3, T4, then T5, then T6, then T7. So these temperature we can note it with the help of the temperature sensor display. So we can change the knob. By this we note down the what is the relevant temperature at the particular location of the fin. So at the bottom they mentioned as orifice diameter, then pipe diameter is 40 mm, then length of the fin is 145 mm, that is the distance between these two lengths is 145 mm, then diameter of the fin is 12 mm. So it is a cylindrical shape, so that diameter is 12 mm. Then distance between thermocouple points. So we have set at certain distance, so this distance is named as, that is 20 mm, right? So this arrangement is located inside the duct. So the duct arrangement is shown here. So inside that the fin is shown. So that is the fin is attached longitudinally. So at that fin the thermocouple is attached at various fixed distance. So that distance is mentioned as the 20 mm. So you have clearly understand the pin fin. That pin fin is attached with various thermocouples. So from this thermocouple we can calculate the, that is note down the temperature of the fin at various location.
Start.
Okay, let me see the procedure for the natural convection type. So this is a knob, we can change the knob, the voltage value will change, right? So we have to take 3 readings for natural convection. So first I am fixed as a voltage value for 70 volt, right? So if I am changing the knob, the voltage value will change. So first set of reading I am setting the voltage value will be 70, that is 70 voltage, right? So if we note out the 70 voltage value in the table, then at also we have to calculate, note down the ampere value for the equivalent 70 voltage, that is approximately taken as 0.4, right. So in general we have to wait for a 5 minutes once we set up the 70 voltage. So after 5 minutes the steady state will achieve on the system, right. So once the steady state will achieve, we can note on the temperature value. So once the steady state will achieve, we can note down the value of the temperature at various location. For example, the heater temperature T1 is taken as 42 degrees Celsius. Next I am going to note down the value 38 degrees Celsius for T2, that is here T2 value is 38 degrees Celsius. Next T3 value will be 37, next T4 value will be 36, next T5 value will be 36, next T6 value will be 36. So like this we have to note down the temperature value for all conditions at 70 voltage, right. So this is first set of condition for natural convection. So similarly I am going to take out the value for 80 voltage, like I am changing the ground position, the voltage value will be changed, right. So here the value will be 80 volt. So next we have to note down the ampere value. After that we have to wait for a 5 minutes for steady state conditions. So next we have to note down the temperature value for a similar conditions what we have followed in the first step, right. So third set of readings we have set the value at 90 voltage, right. So I am changing the knob, so the voltage value will be 90 volt, right. So for that condition we have noted on the ampere value. Similarly for take on the temperature value at various location. So this is the general procedure arrangement for the natural convection, right. So here we are not using any type of external aid. So without any external aid we can note down the value at 3 different voltage, that is 70, 80 then 90. So for that 3 conditions we have noted down the temperature value up to from T1 to T7, right. So after taking the value for the natural convection, we have noted the value in the given table. So here I mentioned 2 table. So one tabulation, one for natural convection, second tabulation for forced convection, right. So first we have discussed natural convection. So for we have take 3 set of readings, that is given as serial number 1, then 2, then 3. So we note down the value inlet voltage. At first set of reading we mentioned as the 70 voltage, then second set of reading we mentioned as 80 voltage, then 90 voltage. So the input current for 70 voltage is noted at parallel to the second column, then for 80 voltage, then for 90 voltage. So at the first set of conditions we have noted the temperature of the pin fin at various location. So you have to also note down the value in the given table. So T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. Then ambient temperature is taken as the 30 degrees Celsius. Next we have to note down the value for the second set of reading for 80 voltage. Next similarly for 90 voltage you have to note down the value temperature at the given column. So let's see the procedure for the forced convection. So we have to switch on the blower in on condition. So this is for blower speed control. If I am going to switch on the knob, the blower will rotate at certain speed. So this is for U-tube manometer. So that is used to determine the, that is a note on the pressure difference between the orifices at the inlet and the outlet. So you have shown the blower at the bottom of the arrangement. So this is the general blower arrangement. So having one discharge end, having one suction end. So here this is suction. So the suction air take places through this duct. Then the air will flow from this pipe. Then the air is compressed with the help of the blower. So at the end the compressed air is sent out through the discharge pipe. So that discharge pipe is shown here. So that pipe is attached to the orifice to measure the pressure difference. So by this way we can set the flow rate through the duct. Okay, I am going to start the blower. So the blower will rotate at certain speed. So you have set the speed of the blower. So if we change the position of the knob, the water level present in the manometer will change. So you have clearly shown that. So the one level is present at lower level, then another level is present at higher level. So I am going to set the manometric difference 5 centimeter. So here the 6 centimeter is at bottom, here having 11. So the difference is 5 centimeter. So for each reading you have to set the value like this, right? So once I am setting the value as 5 centimeter, next I am going to set the voltage value. So first set of reading I am going to set the value at 70 voltage. So 70 voltage. So we have to note down the ampere, that is ampere value for the equivalent 70 voltage. So for that condition you have to note out the temperature value, right? So the procedure will be same followed by the natural convection. So the only difference is we have to switch on the blower and set the 5 centimeter difference in the U-tube manometer. So once we set the 5 centimeter value, the procedure will be same for the natural convection. You have to take the value for the 3 set of readings, 70 voltage, then 80 voltage, then 90 voltage by changing the knob position. So once we take down the all reading, you have to slowly switch off the blower. Like this manner you have to switch off the blower, right? So next we close the knob, then we have to switch off the entire circuit, right? So this is the general arrangement and the procedure for the pin fin apparatus for natural convection and forced convection. So thank you students for watching this video.